I'll wait here while you finish the report.
Yeah, I have to finish shaving, too.
Well, you could probably put that off for about a week. You know, who'd know the difference?
Yeah. Me and a few girls at school.
Stick with me and put a hair on your chest.
Yeah, I'll be back in a flash.
Oh,
Tell
Peter.
Gordy that I won't need a ride, okay, please?
Yeah, and I do appreciate this.
Yeah.
I'll owe you another beer. Okay?
It's okay.
But this time your mother doesn't need to know.
Hi.
Hi.
You been waiting long?
Huh? Oh, not long. In fact, I thought you'd be waiting for me. I ran into Terry in the hall.
Well, it was misfiled. They handed it under Miriam instead of Mason.
Well, that's getting close. Last week I found the Dixon file under the ends.
Well, she had a better night last night than the first. Not good, but better.
Well, drying out's always rough, whether it's alcohol or drugs. Just give her a couple of more days. You'll notice a big difference.
Well, the final count is in. 8 different drugs were found in her system.
Yeah, mostly downers. Few uppers. Looks like she's been on quite a roller coaster ride for a while.
Mrs. Mason's very fortunate that her father had her admitted when he did.
Thanks to Terry.
Poor Terry. You know, I know it's pathetic, really, but can you imagine what she must have felt like finding this spaced-out, unreasonable woman sitting in her living room demanding that she give Nora's house back to Nancy?
Unreasonable is right. I wonder if Nancy had anything to do with it.
I've been wondering that, too. But why? I mean, what good would it do?
Well, could have been harassment, revenge.
Miriam does seem to have an abnormal attachment to Nancy.
Any attachment to Nancy would be abnormal.
You know, most of the drugs that Miriam was taking are prescription. Maybe there's a connection there.
Well, Nancy forged a will. She probably wouldn't think twice about forging prescriptions.
See, I just don't understand why a woman like Mrs. Mason, I mean, beauty and brains, money, would resort to an artificial high and artificial low.
I know. But I see it all the time. I think people that abuse drugs are either trying to cover up a weakness or they're searching for something.
Or they're trying to fill a void, an emptiness. They'd only realize the only way to satisfy that need is through faith in God.
Better not let Lester hear you say that. He'll put you in the same category with Terry. You know, I think it's ironic that you should be the one to end up treating Miriam.
Why, because of the trouble she caused Lori?
Yeah, you didn't know the Davidsons back then. But I can tell you this. She gave him a rough time.
But it's wrong to hold a grudge, Alex. And Miriam's being here now is a sign that she was emotionally unbalanced even back then.
You know, I don't understand how Terry's been able to cope with all that's happened this past year. And now this job.
What do you mean? She loves her new position.
Well, ever since Scott died, I've been concerned that Terry would just bury herself in her work. And now she's doing it more than ever.
Well, and now she seems happier more than ever.
But she's always so busy. She's so busy she can't even have lunch with a friend.
You?
Well, yes, I asked her out for lunch today. I thought I could get her out of the hospital for a while and take her mind off work.
And on to what?
Life, friends.
Don't take Terry's refusals personally. She's just not ready for any type of relationship.
I'm not talking about a relationship. I'm talking about lunch.
I know you've always had strong feelings for Terry.
They've been platonic.
And she cares about you too, Alex. Just don't push her. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you'll settle for me, I'd like to have lunch with you today.
Well, I guess it's better than eating alone.
Well, thanks a lot.
Hey, hold on.
Am I glad I caught you?
Hi, Gil. What's up?
Well, did you finish that building progress report last night?
Almost. I was up to 12 trying.
How long would it take you to finish?
Have it done by after school.
No, that's not good enough. I just found out I've got to have it on my dad's desk by this morning at 10 o'clock meeting.
Oh, boy. You want to try finishing?
No, it'd be better that you finish it. I mean, since you started it.
Well, look, Gordy's going to be here any second to get me. I'm really in a hurry.
What's the matter with your car? Oh, don't even tell me. How about your mom? She can drop you off at school on the way to Kingsley General.
Sorry, she's already at work. She has this big lunch planned today.
Then I will. Huh?
Okay, yeah, I'll be a little late for school, but, well, Henshaw is getting real lenient near the end of school.
Great. Settled. I'll just wait here while you finish,
Okay.
work.
Yeah, I have to finish shaving, too.
Well, you could probably put that off for about a week, you know. Who'd know the difference?
Yeah. Me and a few girls at school.
Stick with me and put it here on your chest.
Yeah, I'll be back in a flash.
Oh,
Tell
Peter.
Gordy that I won't need a ride, okay, please?
Yeah, and I do appreciate this.
Yeah.
I'll owe you another beer. Okay?
It's okay.
But this time your mother doesn't need to know.
Hi.
Hi.
Is Peter here?
No, he's upstairs.
I'm Peter's sister, Lori.
My name is... Excuse me, 1 second.
Peter doesn't need a ride. Okay.
So, where were we?
I was looking for a piece of paper with a list of names on it. My mother said she'd leave it for me in the kitchen.
You know, Peter never told me he had such a beautiful sister. And this is probably what you're looking for.
Oh, thank you.
But not until we get to know each other a little better.
I can see why you and Peter are friends. You both have the same sense of humor.
Now, don't jump to conclusions. You don't even know me yet.
Well, who says I want to? Thank you.
Sure. Is it important?
I'm graduating from college soon, and I needed to get a list of some more addresses.
Kingsley College? Well, then you probably have heard of me. A couple years ago, I won that disco dance contest.
I don't think so.
I know disco's out a little, but actually I like to dance slow. Interested?
Only with my husband.
Well, I wasn't asking him.
I'm serious.
I am too.
I mean, I'm not kidding about being married.
I know you're not. But why should we have him get in our way? I mean, I won't tell if you won't.
Doesn't this mean anything to you?
Oh, about a carrot. You could take it off.
And you could back off.
Well, I see there's more to you than just beauty. I like a woman with spunk.
I think you just like women.
Now, don't underestimate yourself, or me. You know, I think you're very special.
That's what my husband tells me.
Well, he's got good taste. But I have a good reputation. Person who has a lot of fun. No strings attached.
I'm sure that's not the extent of your reputation.
So then you have heard of me.
Look, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but
Then, okay, then you'll meet me at the Silver Lagoon, say about 7 o'clock.
you don't seem to be listening.
I'm not going to if the answer's no. It's just hard for me to take no for an answer.
I'll see what's keeping Peter.
Hey, Lori. What are you doing here?
I came to get that list, and Mom said I should mail some more of your graduation announcements.
Oh, yeah, they're in the front room. See, you've met Gil.
Gil?
Gil Prescott, didn't I tell you?
Yeah. Hey, Gil, we gotta get going. I don't want to be late. See you later, sis.
Yeah.
It's nice to
see you
meet you.
later.
Hope to see you soon.
Now, because of this wall extension, I think that the supply cabinets in this classroom should be deeper than the others.
Give you more floor space.
And this one, too.
How about this one?
No, I really think that that needs to house more supplies.
Is that it?
Well, for now. You know, this is all so exciting. From these plans, it's going to come a new nursing facility.
And new dorms. Big step for Kingsley General.
I just want to be sure that I have all the details, that I can properly utilize every inch of space.
Well, I'm sure you will.
You know, my new position is proving to be quite challenging, but I love it.
I'm already impressed.
Oh, thank you. And listen, thank you for taking me to lunch and for being so tolerant of all these changes I've made.
Don't be silly. The lunch was certainly my pleasure, and it's my policy to try to iron out the bugs before construction begins, not after it.
You know, Peter told me how easy you are to work with, and now I see why.
Well, thank you. You know, I had a talk with Gil the other day about his relationship with Peter.
You know, I don't mean to seem an overprotective mother, but this is a crucial time in Peter's life. And, well, I guess I just don't want him to be exposed to the pitfalls of the world and just hold him back as long as I can.
Sure, I understand. Well, it's funny. Gil wasn't always wanting to party all the time. In high school, he ran track, got good grades. But when Corrine died, why, I don't know, he had kind of a change of attitude. I pray for him all the time.
I'm sure he's really a fine young man.
Oh, he is. Got many good qualities. I just wish they were properly channeled. Well, at least my daughter's got it all together, as they say.
You know what? I just recently found out that Laurie knows Mary Ann from college.
Well, what do you know? Do you know that Mary Ann has agreed to come to work for Prescott Development after graduation? And that she's also going to help me with my campaign for county commissioner?
Oh, I know you're pleased.
Oh, very. She's agreed to move back home, too. It's sure going to be good to have a woman in that big house again.
I don't know what I would do if Peter ever decided to move out. I don't know if I could ever face that.
Terry. Hi.
Ben, Alex, this is a surprise.
I'm sure.
Let me introduce Jason Prescott. This is Dr. Ben Martin, my son-in-law.
Doctor, of course, we met when Peter was in the emergency room.
Oh, right.
This is Dr. Alex Greeley, a good friend.
Doctor, pleasure to meet you. Join us?
Well,
No, that's all right. We don't want to intrude.
Oh, you're not.
Well, no, that's all right. We have to, you have to eat and run. You know how it is with doctors and nurses. Always busy, and,
yeah, so we better hurry. It was nice seeing you again,
Nice seeing
Mr.
you,
Prescott,
Doctor.
and I'll see you later, Terry.
Doctor, nice meeting
Bye.
you.
Oh, you ought to let me do that, Carla.
Thanks, Mom. But I like to feel useful, too.
Oh, I'm sure you got a lot more exciting, useful things to do.
Not really. These are my little boy's jeans, and his mama's fixing them.
Oh, too bad you can't sew an inch onto a couple of hems on a couple of good pairs he's outgrown. You know that boy's growing like a weed.
I'm glad I had the sense to come back before it was all grown up.
Oh, I am too, for you and Jimmy and Jean. You know, you seem a little down since we came back from the remodelers.
Really? I'm sorry.
Oh, no need to apologize. In fact, I was thinking, since we're rebuilding a family, the privilege of what the house should look like shouldn't be just left up to me. I want you to have a hand in the redecorating, too.
But, Mama, the remodeling has already begun. And besides, I wouldn't have done anything different myself.
Even the living room drapes.
I love them. Right down to the lacy shears.
Oh, I'm so relieved. You know, I thought there might have been something you didn't like.
I want to talk to Jean later about some special things for our bedroom, but that can wait.
Oh, I know you're used to fancier things. You've been out in the world and all and made such a wonderful life for yourself.
The house is fine, Mama.
Then what's really bothering you, Carla?
Nothing. I'm just in a quiet mood, that's all.
Oh, don't give me that. You were laughing and talking this morning.
I found something in Jean's dresser drawer at the old house.
Well, what?
That letter from Samantha Marshall.
I thought you two had that settled.
We do. It's just that I can't help thinking and worrying that something's gonna happen to ruin what Jean and I have.
Like Sam?
But what if she sends him another perfumed letter?
Oh, you're worried for nothing, Carla. Jean's got you. You're the one he wants and always have been.
Not really. I try not to think about it, but there's been another woman in Jean's life.
Oh, Sam's no competition, Carla. Have you two been fighting?
No. Getting along better than ever. I guess that's what scares me.
Oh, you can't fully enjoy what you have if you're going to be worrying about losing it.
I lost him one time before, Mama. I left him to pursue a career in singing. And the thought of losing him again to another woman,
Carla, honey, that won't happen. Gene's love for you lasted the 2 years you were gone. He won't stop loving you now that you're back.
Lori? You must be Sheila.
Thank you for meeting me at such short notice.
Well, I'm busy studying for a final myself, but your ad sounded so desperate.
I am desperate. You said you were an English major.
I plan to be a teacher when I graduate.
You're the perfect person to help me pass this final.
We'll give it a good try. But you almost waited too long to ask for help.
That's me, Slow Sheila, at least where schoolwork is concerned. I try cramming, but I always need somebody to help me fill in the gaps.
Has English always been a weak subject for you?
Average. I love to read, but the grammar hangs me up.
Well, if you can make it through freshman English, you'll do fine.
Well, that's something to look forward to. It's a shame they have to ruin the fun of college life with dumb tests and homework.
I suppose you had a different image of college life.
I coasted through high school, but it's different here. You either make it or... And how can they expect a girl to be conscientious with so many cute guys around?
I felt the same way when I was a freshman. But you learn to combine your academic studies with your social life.
Well, I'll give it a good try. You should see this one guy I met, a gorgeous hunk, a football player and a senior.
Watch out. My old fiancé was a football player.
They live up to their reputation, don't they?
They try.
And you let him slip away?
Oh, he asked me to marry him. I even said yes. I was so sure it was right, but it wasn't.
What happened?
He married my best friend, and I married the greatest guy in the world.
His best friend?
No, my doctor.
You married a doctor? Well, you're so young.
He hasn't been a doctor that long. We were married 6 months ago.
It's a coincidence. The guy I'm seeing is going to be a doctor, too.
Really? Then we have something in common, an attraction for doctors. Russ is going to be a doctor, too.
Russ?
Russ Weaver, my old fiancé. Do you know him?
I don't think so. The name sounded familiar, but...
Well, maybe your boyfriend's mentioned his name. He and Russ have probably had pre-med classes together.
I don't think they have. I mean, I don't think he's mentioned his name before.
Oh.
I don't talk much about classes.
What's your boyfriend's name? My husband taught a few classes here part-time.
Ron. We're not on last names yet. Look, maybe we better start this tutoring session if I'm going to pass that test.
You brought your English book?
Whatever you're doing must be important for it to demand such concentration. What is it?
You're a nosy lady.
I admit it. Now, what is it?
I'm writing a letter.
Your letter of resignation to the Office of Planning and Development?
I'm still thinking about Jason's offer.
Now, you know how I get when you get my curiosity riled up.
And you know how I get too.
Gene.
Hey, all right. I'm writing Samantha Marshall.
Oh.
I never answered her last letter.
I thought no answer was answer enough.
Yeah, but baby, I owe her some kind of explanation.
Well, I thought Leon would tell her something. Unless you're planning to tell her more than the fact that we're getting
No.
back together.
No, that about sums it up.
Then why won't you let me see it?
Well, then you can read it if you want to. I'm not finished.
No, I trust you. I just can't help being jealous.
Oh, Carla, you shouldn't be. I'm just writing to politely tell her about us, and I'm asking her never to write me any more letters.
Oh, Gene.
Carla, I don't want anything or anyone to come between us again, especially our past.
I love you.
And I love you too, lady.
I have something to tell you.
What?
If it had to be someone, how come she had to be so nice and beautiful?
Ooh. Well, let me tell you something, lady. Can I help it if these kind of women always seem to fall for me?
Are you putting me in the same category as Samantha Marshall.
No one measures up to you in my eyes, lady.
And I plan on keeping it that way.
Yeah. You come here. Look. After this letter, let's forget there ever was a Sam Marshall.
I can, if you can.
I can.
What prompted you to write her?
Something Mama said.
What?
Jean, don't you think it's about time that you wrote Sam a Dear Sam letter?
That's Mama.
Yep.
Terry,
Well, hi, Alex.
working late again, huh?
Well, no later than you. I just wanted to go over some notes on the new wing again before I left.
Well, how's it coming?
Oh, just fine.
I was surprised to see you at the Greenbrier today.
Well, it was a business lunch.
You look very pretty.
Well, thank you.
Ben tells me that Commissioner Prescott is the building contractor on the new nurses' wing.
That's right. We were going over some revisions at lunch. You know, you and Ben should have joined us.
No, Terry, I don't think that would have been a very good idea.